G'day guys, how's it going? Looking a bit rough here, just got out of bed. Just with this vlog, did the comedy show, had a few laughs, went okay, good crowd there. Might even try and find some video of that. Think someone took a little bit. If I can find somewhere someone laughed, I'll put it up. Then we went to the casino, had a game of poker. There'll be a few hand reviews at the end. But the main thing is, I want to update you with, I have entered the Ultimate Sweat Challenge, which is through Jamie Staples. If you don't know Jamie, he's on Twitch, he's on YouTube, good young poker player, and I've learned a fair bit from him. He's sponsored by Poker Stars. They've got an Ultimate Sweat Challenge where you can do whatever you want. It can be losing weight. You might have wanted to climb a mountain or something. You might have wanted to learn to play the piano. There's lots of different things there. So I've decided to enter it half as a weight loss challenge, and half, once I get down to that challenge, I'm going to go barefoot water skiing, which I haven't done for 40 years. So we're going to go water skiing, then if we get up on that, we're going to go barefoot. But I have to get below 110 kilos before that happens. I'm currently 141. When I started, I've been doing the diet for about a week. I'm probably down to about 137 at the moment. So we've been going for it. So keep updates will be on this channel. If you're not interested in that, it'll have a clear heading, Ultimate Sweat, so if you don't want to watch it, you'll know what it is. Plus there's going to be regular updates on Twitter, so I'll put that in the comments section below, but I think it's Mark Martin Poker at Marty Racing. So I'll be doing daily or every couple of days, just things that I'm doing at the gym, stuff like that. But once a week I will be doing a vlog with the weighing, so we'll do the weighing, see how I'm going, and you can keep up to date with that. If you don't want to follow it, well, like I said, the heading will clearly be Ultimate Sweat, so you can give it a miss if you want to, but we'll also be keeping up with the poker vlogs. So that's what's going to happen. So let's get on with this vlog, and yeah, back me up with this challenge. I need to lose weight. I'm too fat. This is a good challenge for me. Oh, I forgot to tell you what the prize was. The prize, if you get into it, if you win it, is the Players' Championship at the Bahamas, I think, and it's worth $25,000 entry fee into it, and also there's $5,000 to cover you for airfare and accommodation. So not really expecting to really have much chance, never win any of those sort of things, but if I can lose some weight, and even if I get up and having a crack at trying to water ski and barefoot again, it should be a pretty big laugh for you guys, especially if I'm crashing out. So follow me with it, help me out a bit, give me a bit of backup, it should be interesting. So let's get on with this vlog. Catch you guys later. G'day guys, how's it going? So, plan for tonight, I'm doing a comedy show, just heading to the pub, have a few beers. It's a Tuesday night, so I've taken the night off work. So go and have a couple of beers, warm myself up, and I'm on in about an hour's time at the Crown and Anchor, little comedy club there, about 10 comedians on the night. I think I'm on about 6th or 7th, which is good, gives it time for the crowd to warm up. Plan then is to head to the casino and play a bit of poker. Haven't played much the last 3 weeks or so, had to go away on a trip, and then I was sick for a while, just had a bad cold and sore throat, so yeah, getting itchy feet. Looking forward to having a game. So we'll see what happens. If you've seen this bit, it means I'm going to go and play poker. Catch you guys soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cranker Comedy. Please give it up for your host and MC, Jay Michael.
So yeah, it went pretty good. Yeah, good crowd and had a few laughs. So I think I had a mate that videoed a bit, so I'll try and edit out the bits where some people actually laughed, if I can find any. If I don't show you any video of the comedy, it means no one bloody laughed. But no, it went good, pretty happy with it. Let's go to the casino and have a game of poker. That's right, I'm a cab driver. In fact, I'm the last fair dinkum Australian cab driver left in Adelaide. Now tonight you've got the angry cabbie. I'm going to tell you all the things that piss me off about being a cab driver. And the main thing that annoys me is customers. Every time you get in the cab you ask the same bloody questions. How's your night been? What time did you get started? Have you been busy? As if any of you actually give a fuck. So this is what I do now. As soon as someone gets in the cab, I tell them straight off, I'm having a good night. I started at 6. I've been busy. I've been driving a cab for 16 years. My blood group's A positive. I got circumcised at birth. I'm knocking off at 6 in the morning. Now sit down and shut the fuck up. But seeing everyone's so interested in how my night's been, I'm going to tell you what happened last night. Picked 2 guys up in Hindley Street. They go all the way up to Salisbury, and then they decide to do a $55 runner on me. I couldn't even get upset with the poor buggers. They left half a euro sitting in the back seat for me. Got back in the city a bit later on. I pick up a hail where the passenger wants to have sex with me all the way back to their house. I don't even like short, fat blokes with beards. But besides that, I don't mind being a cab driver, especially when you're doing a bit of this comedy stuff, because what happens is half the time you haven't got any customers. So you get plenty of time to have a practice. So the other day, I'm driving down the road, I thought, yeah, we'll have a bit of a practice here. So I just burst out with, "G'day, how the fuck are you? My name's Mark, and I'm a taxi driver." Next minute, I hear this real nervous voice coming from the seat straight behind me. "Hello, my name's Heather and I'm a checkout chick at Woolies. Can I get out now, please?" But not only am I a taxi driver, I'm also a taxi trainer. Yep, it's all my bloody fault. But before they actually do the main course, there's an English assessment. It's a written assessment they've got to do, and we get some really weird answers for the questions. Like one of the questions is, can you tell us the shortest, most direct route from the casino to Glenelg? This bloke wrote down, "Yes, I can." Another question was there, "How long have you been driving a car in South Australia?" This bloke wrote down, 300 kilometres. I'm thinking to myself, these blokes are going to make fantastic cab drivers. But Okay guys, so that's the end of that little session. Nice little session. I was a bit up and down. I was playing a bit looser tonight, and good run at the start, then I lost a bit, going a bit silly, and then good run at the end. So in for 300, out for 625. So a nice little profit there of 325. Only took a couple of hours, and I've got training in the morning, so I need to go get some sleep and get up ready for work. So nice session. We'll catch you guys later. So get to the poker room, and first hand I get in on the big blind. There's only 2 blokes I know there. The rest of them were just casual players. There'd been a tournament that night, so a few people had come in for the tournament. So it was actually pretty busy in there for a Tuesday night. So anyway, this first hand, I run up against the guy to my left, under the gun, and he ended up putting a bit of a raise in. He was a older guy, probably even older than me, if you can believe that or not, but he had his state 8-ball or pool shirt on, and as I found out later in the night, he was a pretty good pool player and a bit of a pool shark. And so anyway, that's the rundown on him. So we get into this hand. I get dealt a7. The guy to my left raises it straight away to $8, which wasn't a very big raise. Get a couple of other callers, and I call as well. Flops just very average for me. I get second pair with the 7. But the guy that I obviously check it, and the guy that let out before does a continuation bet, $25, and I end up calling. And it's just me and him left now. Next card comes over, no help from me. He does exactly the same bet again, $25. So I'm thinking he probably should have raised it up a bit here if he had something decent, but it kept me in with my second pair. And then on the river, I jam that third 7. So I just donk bet straight in with $100. He actually went into the tank for a fair while and then called. So a nice start for the night. So very next hand, I run into the same guy again. He was a bit on tilt. He wasn't too happy after I beat him the hand before when he had the pair of queens, and I got my trip 7s. So I knew he might be having a bit of a crack here. So with this hand, I end up getting dealt ace-8, the old dead man's hand. The guy under the gun ended up raising. He was a pretty quiet guy, but he raised, so I sort of knew he probably had something reasonably good. It folded around to me. I called the 10. Had a good win just before, so I thought I'm not going to chuck in ace-8. Flop was fairly handy for me, but I've got a pretty bad kicker there, so I just check it. The guy I was up against last time comes straight out and bets. So I knew he was on tilt there, thinking he must have an ace. He bet the normal 25 like he had been all the hand before. 2 come up, I just check, he goes the $25 again. And last card comes, I just check. I'm thinking I'm probably losing a bit here. I check, he bets his normal 25. I decide I've got to call him, and I end up taking this one down. He only had ace-4, so beat him with the kicker. So a pretty good start for the night. So with this last hand, I run up against the guy on the button. He's a regular oldish Asian guy, very tight. I hardly ever see him raise. He's got to have the nuts before he raises. He just sits there and yeah, very tight. So with this hand, I'm on the small blind. I end up getting 9-10. I did make a big mistake here. When it checked around back to me, I should have raised. Just stupid. So I end up checking. It checked all the way around. Flop comes down. Not that good for me. I think I had a guts straight there with a 7, but I just decided to check again. Maybe I should have bet to try and get rid of him. But the guy to my right all of a sudden comes in and bets, and I'm thinking this is the time to put one through. So he bet 15. So I check raised him up to 45. The other 2 end up folding. He went in the tank just a little bit, and then he ends up calling. Next card makes the flush, so again I had the continuation bet there. I went straight 45 this time. Again he went in the tank a bit and ends up calling. So get to see the last card now. Now with this guy, I'm going for it no matter what. If he had the nuts he would have raised. So I'm thinking he's sitting on king ace, something like that, king queen. He had to have a king. So he's just sort of hanging in there for that. When this 4th club come down, I straight away started counting my chips down in front of me. Counted out $80. That was the bet I was going to put in. And before I got him out onto the table, he mucked his card. So that was a good one to get through. A few hands after that, I won a couple of small pots with 2 pair and one bigger one with 3 of a kind, but nothing much there. Had a little bit of a run at the end. Got up 325 and thought, let's get out of here. I think I said earlier it was a couple of hours or something, 2.5 hours. Looking back at it now, I'm pretty sure it was only about an hour and a half. So a nice short run then. Good to make 325 and get out of there. So catch you guys soon.